can't make my car payment, or, money's really tight this month, I lost a couple of days at work, they will give you more bills. You'll have more poverty. So you have to put out the thought of abundance. Okay, so we put out a thought now that, well, I use a particular statement, and I usually say, I have to remember it now. I'm going blank on it, but I use it all the time. But there's so many of them. There's one big one that I give out to a lot of people. Going blank. That's because I have a camera on me. Oh, I have the magic purse of the Spirit, through which nothing can be depleted. Everything I put out comes back tenfold. Okay, so that's the one that I use normally. And there's another one that you can say, I thank God for my complete health, wealth, happiness, and love. Okay, there's different ways. God is a big part of what I do. Faith is a big part of what I do. Religion, however, is not. Okay, I teach every walk of life in here, every denomination. It doesn't make any difference to me, because I believe in one God. Okay, I am Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I even taught, CCD for a while, but I do not have that same concept anymore. I believe it's all one. It's all one, and religion is an organized, it's an organized business, okay, with good intention, okay? Everyone signs on with good intention, but then it becomes a big organization, okay? And it turns into control and money. That's what it comes down to, in my opinion. So now, I believe that everyone has, God is within you. Okay, God is within you. You can sit in church every day of the week and still go outside and somebody cuts you off and you're going to flip them the bird. Okay, it doesn't work for me. You have to carry it every day of your life. You have to be the good neighbor. Okay, you have to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay, this is how I feel. A good Christian, a good person is a good Christian. All right, so that's my take on it, and that's where I've come to be after all this time. Again, going back to your thoughts being, again, the most powerful tool. So you have to be careful what you put out. If you begin to put out negative thought forms to people, they come back at you tenfold. Okay, so if you're sending out a thought of anger at anybody, a friend, somebody, road rage, whatever it is, you're putting it out and it's going to come back to you. If you put out a thought of positivity, it will also come back to you. I teach my students in a road rage situation, I tell them, make up a story. Pretend that the woman that just cut you off is racing to the school because her kid just got hurt on the playground. Or the man that just whizzed by you, or, didn't put on his directional, is trying to catch a plane. Or his wife's in labor and he's trying to get to the hospital. So I said, you make it a game, okay, instead of being angry all the time. Take the anger out of it and turn it into a different game. And again, this is very helpful to you down the road. The less negative you put out, the more positive you're going to bring in. Same thing if you don't like someone, okay? If you project a positive light to that person, a positive thought form, it not only helps you because it comes back tenfold, it helps the person that you're sending the light towards, because you're helping them to be a better person, which in the end is all anybody really should desire, that they're a better person. It's all about your thoughts. You can make or break your life. You can have anything that you desire. Happiness, health, wealth. I manifest. It's called manifesting. I manifest all the time. I manifest the things that I desire. If I want I've done it so many times, even with cars. Cars is an easy example. It's not about alternative healing, but this is part of what I teach in here, how people to get what they desire in a positive means. So I could put out a thought that I want a particular car in a particular color, and they may not be able to be found because that particular color is a hot color and they're not supplying it. Everybody's got their but I can do it, and I can always ask that it be for the highest good of all concerned. And I always get what it is that I put my mind out to. Okay, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So the same thing, or I'll talk about health for a second. I teach people never, never, never to fear disease. Okay, I just had a disease. All right, and I had to think about that for a minute because I don't get sick. All right, and I don't believe in it, and I don't go to doctors. I haven't seen them in a very, very, very long time. And my daughter was pressing me. You must go, you have to go, you have to do the responsible thing, you know, and it had been so many years since I had seen a doctor. And so finally I said, okay, get off my back, I'm going to go. And I made 5 different appointments with different doctors. I'm going to do it all at one time, and they all gave me the same appointment in the same week. I went to all these doctors, and I found out that I had uterine cancer. And it was, you know, I never fear anything. I practice what I preach. I didn't even give it a second thought. I just said, okay, what do we got to do? How quick can we get it out? And let's go. And, you know, I had the surgery over, done with, no problem. I have no issues. And, but my husband has had cancer for the last, this is going into the 11th year. And the first thing that I told him the day that he was diagnosed, I said, don't ever, ever, ever fear this. Because if you fear it, you will bring it to you faster. Because that is what the universe does. Remember how I explained it? Mm-hmm. They match what you put out. So if you fear something, I guarantee you, you're going to bring it to you like a magnet. Okay, so I told him that. He listened to me. He's been very good. He's had no problems. He's really been excellent until this past year. However, he also would not quit smoking. Now, I'm a healer. People come to me to be healed. They come here with diseases and put everything on me and expect me to fix it. And my husband, who lives in the same home, never got the idea that you must help yourself. God helps those that help themselves. And I've explained it. He's finally now stopped smoking, but it took him till a month and a half ago to stop smoking. I said, now I will help you. Okay? You know, it's not that I don't send prayers to him. It's not that I don't send healing thoughts to him. But I've told him that you must want to help yourself. If you don't want to help yourself, I can't help you. You know, because it's going to be pointless. You have to put in the work. You have to do the work as well. So he's already on the mend. Everything is going in his favor, and I'm sure it will continue that way as long as he behaves himself. But I think he's finally got it. Took a while. His head was a little thicker than most. But I've seen things happen. All right, I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain to you some situations that I've had of healing. Okay, more miracle situations. I have seen a man who has had diabetes and his toes gangrened. Okay, 3 of his toes, and I'm sure neither of you have ever been near it or seen gangrene or smelled gangrene, but it is pretty vile. What happens is the toes turn black. He had gotten a blister on his foot, new pair of sneakers. People that have diabetes for long periods of time can't feel their feet. They have something called neuropathy, and they have no feeling. So he didn't know he got a blister. And the big rule of a diabetic is to check your digits. You're always supposed to check your toes and your hands and make sure you have no cuts because you can't always feel them. He didn't. So before you know it, he had black toes. They completely had rotted. So I went to the hospital and I sat there for 2 hours pulling stagnant energy out of his foot. And I watched his toes turn from black to gray to pink. It took me a long time, and believe me, it was not a pleasant experience because it really is very foul when the skin rots like that. And he didn't believe in this, but I told him, keep your eyes closed and just tell me what you feel. And he said, I feel like you're pulling stuff out of my feet. He lost one toe. The last toe, the pinky, did not turn, it didn't turn to pink. It stayed gray. That's the only one that he lost, which, again, is the better of the choice of the toes that you want to lose for balance. Then we have, and besides that, he healed so rapidly. I taught him how to put energy through himself, God's energy and light, through his body. And because I said, I can't be with you 24/7. You're going to be like this for a good 3 weeks in the hospital. So he began to use the thought process that I told him, he was supposed to have skin